The Spin-off Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in collaboration with KiwiBank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you find it hard staying optimistic with all the financial news in the media? I'm Bernard Hickey, and on my podcast, When the Facts Change, I'm here to help you navigate the ever-changing landscape of economics in Aotearoa. So join the conversation every Friday on When the Facts Change, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in partnership with KiwiBank.
I've actually got interesting socks.
Let's have a
Do you
look.
want to see?
Yes.
Okay, this could be the new Masked Singer. What sock
I think you've got...
am I wearing?
The masked soccer.
The masked soccer.
Masked soccer.
Do we get to see some of the sock?
No.
Come on.
Okay, is it cartoon character?
Come on.
You can't ask questions. You just have to guess.
Okay. I think your sock is the alien, that Martian, that little alien, Marvin. Is that what he's called? Marvin the Martian.
Okay, Duncan, what do you think?
I don't think. I just think, is the podcast going right now?
Yeah, okay, are you ready?
That's not so much a thought as a question.
You should start chanting, take it off.
Take it off.
Ready?
Take it off.
Wow!
It's a ladybug, eh?
No,
it was a
it's
caterpillar.
not.
It's the very hungry caterpillar.
Kia ora, welcome along to The Real Pod. We are fizzing like we've never fizzed before.
I'm shaking.
Ice cold fizz personified. Alex is actually a very warm fizz
I
personified.
have eaten a banana.
Great.
That's,
Protein?
Is it? I
don't know.
That's potassium.
Potassium?
Potassium.
So
I just had
big.
a chocolate digestive from Tina's desk.
Okay.
She ate it
Fantastic.
so brazenly in front of me. It was like real, just very...
You have access to the
I
biscuit
can't.
tin.
We've all
Right.
got access to the tin. Anyway, we're very excited because there are two new reality shows to dig into this week, and we are, not going to do anything else but recapping. This is your real life in New Zealand and reality TV recap podcast, but no real life in New Zealand, though this is kind of real life, right?
Fuck, that's a great tagline.
And two, we're not talking about pop stars. No. Because I tried to recap some of it last episode of The Real Pod, and I tanked, and it's just not funny.
It's just not funny. Maybe we can watch it later.
Maybe we'll watch the final.
There's
or
a
something.
live final, I think.
I don't know. Anyway, but we could talk about The Masked Singer this week and also The Apprentice New Zealand.
Both terrific
shows.
I think we're living in a real moment right now.
Can I also say, big round of applause for The Apprentice for just being one episode per week.
Oh, we love it.
How refreshing is that?
Just magnifique.
By the way, I'm Jane Yee. I'm joined by Alex Casey and Duncan Grieve, and what should we get into first? We're just gonna I should just play the music.
I have 4 weeks to decide I'm going to drop my entire philosophy.
I am disgusted at how much you have copied my husband.
This is fine. I don't even
Reality check.
I almost think we should do Apprentice.
No.
What?
It's the other way around.
Why?
Because because it's dessert.
I think Masked Singer is dessert. Have you
No,
seen the Pav? Have
I've
you seen the
Pav,
sensual
but there's so
Pavlova?
much of it, and Apprentice has got portion control, as
Okay.
Jane just attested to.
So entree is The Apprentice. Our main is episode 1 of Masked Singer, and our dessert is episode 2 of Masked Singer.
With the Pav.
Dessert.
Yes. I agree. You're fired.
Be careful because he actually can fire us.
Yeah, I know. It's thrilling.
Okay, so let's talk about The Apprentice. Now, full disclosure, I did watch the whole show, but I took no notes because I spent the entire episode looking at Google Maps on satellite view to figure out where the house was. Found it, but that's what I...
Are you going to reveal, or is it?
Yeah, I can tell you where it is. Well, they're not there anymore, are they? It's in Grey Lynn.
Okay.
It's behind a coffee place.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So you figure that out yourself. But that is what I spent my hour watching The Apprentice doing.
I can't believe it. Were you not just entirely captivated by every single person on the show?
I was compelled, and I was planning on watching it again, but then there was work and children and blah.
Yeah.
And I knew you'd have notes. And Duncan's got notes.
You've got your digital
crazy.
notes out.
I know. I've got a very Apprentice Aotearoa accessory as well. My remarkable 2 tablet.
Is it a bag of popcorn?
No.
Okay. Let's go. You guys, you got the notes.
Well, first of all, it's fantastic. I was really worried going into it. I know that there's been some pushback. Obviously, the franchise is associated with one orange president. And, having a real estate mogul in the middle of a housing crisis with all these kind of businessy people. People were upset about it. People get upset.
People are upset about it. People are allowed to be upset. We're allowed to hear that and feel something else.
Look, I'm telling you now, and this will always be the case. We are just reporting the news. This is just the news of what's on our television.
Retweets are not endorsements, but also I endorse this program.
In the strongest possible terms. I think this is true. If you're only going to watch one reality show this year, hear me out, watch this one because it's contained. Mm-hmm. It is entree size. Mm-hmm. It's not like all you can, and it's perfectly formed. And there's it felt like I was watching Next Top Model. You know how there was just heaps of stuff going on and every moment was incredible. It just didn't feel like there was just all the kind of padding that there is in the other shows.
Also, can I just say, again, another tick in the Apprentice box where pop stars went all wrong is that the Apprentice 2021 is the same format, David. It's the same format. They haven't changed it. Yeah. They've stuck with what we know, and it's like a lovely, comforting blanket filled with idiots.
And you're just in it straight away. It just drops it. It's like Mike Pero is arriving in a chopper. He's getting out of the chopper. He's putting on Ray-Bans. He's getting on a motorbike. We're in The Apprentice. There's no two ways about it.
No, there's no explanation. It's just tight. And their hosts are so funny. Mm. I had no idea that Mike Pero had any background in motorcycling, but he's
How did you not know that? In all the Mike Pero ads, there's a whole campaign where he cycles from one end of the country to the other to give wine to some new buyers of a property.
I just don't see advertisements. I'm immune somehow. I see that the bus backs or something. Anyway, I love it. I love his whole persona. I love Justin. Who's such an arch villain and leaning hard into it. I love Cassie. The whole lineup is whoa.
Can't get past Cassie's name. Whenever I hear Cassie Roma, all I actually hear is Casa Roma furniture, which they sell at Farmers.
Wow, lucrative brand deal.
Yeah, but they're not. I've looked into. I have investigated. The spin-off investigates. I don't think there's a connection. I think it's just a lovely, lovely coincidence. So Cassie runs some sort of PR content creation, brand management.
She cut her teeth on the cutting edge of technology. That's what she did.
Ouch!
I know.
That sounds sore. I'm sure she worked for the Warehouse Group at some point. Maybe consulting. This is just more of a vibe than a fact.
Also a fan of yours.
This is true.
Oh, yes.
On Twitter.
Big interactor.
What was it she called? Smouldering look or something
like that?
Yeah. She saw a photo of Duncan and was quite keen to work on his brand. Sorry. Apologies.
So it's everyone in the world of The Apprentice is taking it extremely seriously. Everyone involved in the production, the edit, is having a fucking laugh. And it's the perfect combination. I think episode 1 of The Apprentice was as funny as The Office. Oh. I was laughing. Out loud
constantly.
And often.
Let's keep it simple. Women versus men. Yes. Because it feels that's the thing. It feels like it's from the Office era or the original Apprentice era. They just haven't updated. They're obviously some notes, but there's something delightfully throwback in terms of the construction or the way it's assembled.
Alex Casey, having worked in reality television, is that something that you think would be in the Apprentice Bible? They have to do it because that's the way they've already done it. It's always done it. Is split the men and the women to start. Is it? I can't really remember.
I don't know.
Back to the 1800s.
I think they did used to do that.
They did.
But, I mean, in New Zealand, as we've seen, they throw the Bible in the fucking fire,
Yeah.
you know?
Delicious warmth.
And do whatever. I do think it's, like, in keeping with the retro feel of the whole
It
thing.
really is.
The team names, straight away. Michael immediately emerges as the most incredible character, suggesting Team Mana for, what did he say? Like, the spirit of masculinity or something?
Embodies everything, spirit, power, healthy masculinity.
Healthy.
I don't think it does. I think it might mean something entirely different.
Words have very specific meanings.
As we will get to with one of the most iconic lines in all of reality TV. Can I just have another line just before that, which
Yes.
really leapt to me? I might seem like a nice guy, but if you accuse me of something I haven't done, watch out.
Yeah, I won't be playing nice no more. What have you done, Ash?
And what have you been accused of doing? What was that?
And that's a car salesman as well, by the way. Like, these people have
In a car yard at the
funny
time.
jobs.
Oh my god.
Okay, so again, this is I casting my mind back, trying to remember what The Apprentice is all about. My understanding was that it was pretty successful people who really wanted to like break through to that next level, right? Isn't someone here a marketing coordinator?
Yeah.
I mean, that feels like I don't want to. Feels like a solid role, but a relatively juniorish one in the scheme of The Apprentice, isn't it?
Just,
I don't know anything about business. Only business I know about is the stuff that I should be minding my own of.
hey.
Thank you.
The only person I knew going into this was Ness, who's the one who's like, I'm the Cardi B.
Oh, yeah.
She runs a balloon garland company.
Oh,
but it's actually like wildly successful, like kind of a Ian Lou influencer girl
Right,
boss scene.
right.
Great character.
Love a girl boss or a boss babe or a boss bitch or a bitch babe or
Yeah. Wahine Toa, a countdown, you know.
Oh man. I love the casting of it. I like every single person. There's no like, oh, we just have to get through this person being boring. No, they're all got it.
I also feel like, and I know that this will not be the intention of your Mike Perros, etc., it just makes business look like a sham.
It is a sham. I think it makes it look like a complete sham.
Tell anyone about business being a sham, okay?
When they had to come up with a popcorn flavour for kids, and the guy was like, you know, I'm thinking honey coated, and I'm thinking the character could be like a bee. And then it cuts to Cassie going, he just dropped a brilliance bomb. And it's just like, this is just anything. This is absolutely anything.
Yeah, well, that's why it reminded me of like Next Top Model, in that like the task is whatever, and their execution of the task is on that level of like just a bunch of children essentially. And you know, like if it is supposed to be affirming their kind of collective brilliance, like the fact that like just so many amazing moments, like what's the price? So the what?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure supermarkets set their own prices. Do they not? Like in the pitch meeting.
Wasn't there somewhere as well that someone was like, wait, they're not gonna ask that.
Yeah.
They're not gonna ask that really obvious question about margins.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure honey's not vegan.
Oh my gosh.
I think you'll find that's a moot point. Times it by 100 and just keep saying moot.
I have some vegan friends who eat honey, so therefore it's vegan.
The moot point.
The moot point.
It's just so good.
Okay.
Like I'm moved. I feel emotional thinking about him saying
We're
moot
running
point.
before we can walk. Let's talk about the house just quickly, because that's got a very 90s yuppie vibe about it. That's all I wanted to say. Kind of like split level, a lot of tile, and kind of like modern furniture that was modern.
A lot of the groups hanging
90s.
out in the lobby because they're not allowed into the lounge with their muddy feet or something.
Maybe they only hired that front part.
I think so.
I loved the random like iconography of like when they all walked in at the very start holding those just empty like black leather portfolio things with no names or nothing inside them, just stacking them on a desk as they came in. And Mike Perro's maybe not real boardroom. I don't know. I want to guess maybe not where he hangs out all the time. But then also the suitcase.
Yes.
Like that's the iconic thing from the US
Rolling
one,
in
right?
the suitcase.
And rolling it out again. Poor Ish.
If there's any kind of reality show where you're staying in a house, you need to have a rolly suitcase.
Yeah.
That can be rolled out as you leave. Mm-hmm. You know, you can't have a duffel bag. Can't just put your backpack on. It's got to be a rolly suitcase. And specifically not a leaner. It's got to be an upright rolly.
And hard shell.
shell.
And really definitely empty. Yes. That's the main thing. It has to really just roll.
Like be bouncing
incredible ease.
Blowing away in a strong wind.
So the challenge was to create a brand of popcorn that would be healthy. By the way, isn't popcorn already? Isn't that kind of its thing? It's like the healthy snack.
It was the healthiest thing there was.
Is it?
Yeah, like that's what parents buy children to make them feel like they're good parents when their kids won't eat vegetables. Have some popcorn, healthy snack. Yeah.
Wow.
I
don't know any of this
stuff. Are you not a parent of 3 children?
I am a parent of 3 children, but I'm basically like, are you alive at the end of the day? Tick. That's as far as it goes with food.
Okay. Anyway, create some healthy popcorn, give it a brand, do the whole shebang. Do an animated
jingle, a character. Get your lunchbox fix. I love that guy.
His fallback of singer, not going to work out for him.
I mean, in what world do you put together an I know that animation takes a long time. They're doing this all in a few hours, right? So it's clearly going to be like the hokiest animation that there is. And then a lovely ditty to go along with it. And you get your best singer on the job, someone who's had some experience behind the microphone.
But the women's theme, kind of bangs.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Pop it.
Slaps.
It was like, send it high. They tried to make it, they put a TikTok, they were trying to bait a TikTok challenge in it.
That was just probably the only thing on the whole where you're like, that's kind of amazing that you came up with that in the time span.
They did write pleasure instead of treasure on the bag, but, popcorn is pleasure. It's fine.
I mean, it's not untrue, but it certainly has, some connotations.
And the best thing, and then it cut to, it was Kyria, the team leader, and she's like, it's not like we're making pleasure porn. I mean, corn. It was just amazing.
But maybe another challenge.
Wow. I also loved the team that was committing to honey, committing to the Buzzy Bee. No one could taste the honey. No. There was not a single ounce of honey on that popcorn.
Because I think when you put honey on popcorn, in my mind, just all clumps together in one big sticky yucky mess.
Caramel corn, particularly.
Caramel corn does that, yeah.
Yum.
I mean, I'm probably not thinking it through properly. They all do this in one day, by the way? Did they develop the flavour, the animation?
Surely not.
The wrap? All in
How could they print out the lovely
up.
packets and that?
Maybe the pitch was another day.
Can we talk about the pitches?
Amazing.
Yes.
What I loved was in the countdown pitch, that was Kitty Hannafin, who is the head of corporate comms, I think, or maybe just head of comms for Countdown, who have had a bit to do with. She's definitely not a buyer. And there was just it was so obvious that it was just Kitty engaging with them as people and just kind of enjoying the moment. Whereas New World, they were real buyers.
Hang on, was Kitty the one that was going to cry because someone said something about my kids
giving
like popcorn?
back?
She was on RNZ Morning Report this morning talking about the stabbing at Countdown in Dunedin. That's her main day job, and they've just obviously gone, this is intense. Being on camera, we'll have a professional in there, and obviously she was very good at it. But that's why there was no reference to price or anything. It was just, what's the vibe?
Yeah,
the vibe is strong. And then you go to New World and it's just real normie looking people.
They're wearing uniforms?
I love the checkered uniforms.
The contrast was so good.
So are you telling me that when Countdown say we're going to buy 25,000 units of Kia corn, that we're not going to see those on shelves?
They're not on the shelves, I've looked.
But also, I don't think that there was no process. It was just $1 million kind of a figure.
It's basically they're just saying, we thought you did the better pitch. But, when they were putting these unit numbers to them, and then when they announced who won, and they were like, the guys, you got 10,000 units from Countdown, and ladies, you got nothing. And then guys, you got 5,000 from New World. And ladies, you got 25,000 from New World, so you win.
It's the other way around.
Whatever it was.
To be clear, New World want nothing from those women.
Okay,
they botched their pitch.
They did.
Couldn't even turn the laptop on.
They really did botch that. Okay, but my point is that they're just completely arbitrary numbers. Why not just
but that's
say?
What I mean. It's very it's 7 days scoring.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed. I would like that bag that says pleasure corn on it for the Real Pub Museum.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And it's made by our friends at Great Southern. who also made, the famous spin-off TV show.
So famous.
So you think that there might be a little
I
packet
think there
of
could be
popcorn?
we could work something out. if
Do you know
somebody's
what,
listening.
though? In terms of brand awareness and so on, I can't remember the flavour of the ladies' one.
Pancake.
Pancake.
Whoa.
So they had maple kind of flavouring? Because pancakes on their own taste like nothing.
Nothing, yeah. It's at the base, really. Unclear.
Like-
I'll have to watch it a fourth time.
But yeah, just to return back to the having a non-buyer in the buyer's chair, that's how you get to buy 25,000 of something without knowing the cost. So I think those women need to make that cost, I don't know, $100,000 times 25. They can just they can do almost anything. They've got seed money to set up a new supermarket chain. They've got them on the hook. This is just a huge opportunity. I'm saying, let's really push The Apprentice on this.
It's an oral, it's a legally binding oral contract, right? Is it?
That's right.
Yeah.
It's an orally binding legal contract. It's pleasure porn.
Is there anything else in the creation of the product? They tried them out on some
They went
kids.
to this incredible place where they make the
Yes, on the North Shore or something.
Where you make the flavours.
Need to go
we
there.
need to go there. Make it.
Oh, she's had an
We need
idea.
to make a real pod popcorn.
Well, we do. I mean, it's on brand.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Real popcorn?
No, but I'm just the corners.
Oh!
The cornies.
I just got
Cornies.
that. Now I'm sweating
The real
quite
pop,
badly.
the real popcorner. I don't know. I'm freaking out. But you go and you just mix up different dust and you get stuff. It's crazy.
What
The
would our flavour be?
the mascot could be a real popcorner. Like a person who's...
Okay,
like Laura Giddy made
we're
up
making
popcorn.
we're making them look like geniuses, by the way, right now.
I think Cassie Roma would be very proud of us.
Look, to be clear, this is all a moot point.
Okay, what would our flavour be? That's the only thing I want to know. What would our flavour be? Are we sweet or are we savoury?
Can you have corn-flavoured corn?
Well, yeah. What about popcorn that tastes like corn?
Sweet corn.
Sweet corn popcorn.
popcorn.
No one would buy that.
No, I was fucking genius. I was like, butter.
Buttered popcorn.
Oh,
you get
help
the
me.
market?
I know
help
that
me.
we've suddenly started being The Apprentice. I know for sure your plan, you two goons, is to become the masked singer afterwards. This is just a giant, real useless audition tape.
It's not that useless. I honestly think it stacks
Okay,
up.
it's perfectly on par with the television.
Should we talk about
dear.
the elimination, the boardroom?
Yes.
So what
Yes.
happens is the team leader, and how do they get to?
I don't know, but remember Michael, and I forgot his name, the honey enthusiast, were really
Barry?
was it Barry? Yeah, they were fighting over who would be leader. And then Michael was like, okay, I'm leader, you're sub-leader. And that was perfect assistant to the regional manager. Pure just David Brent. I loved him. And then he has to choose the two weakest members? Is that how
Yeah,
it
but then
works?
he's up for being fired himself as the
Right.
leader. So the three of them go into the boardroom and they have to plead their case. And their pleading of their cases is basically just trying to say how shit the other people were. And how it's just basically, it's none of my fault. No, it wasn't my fault.
And what I still don't really understand why Ish went home. It was basically just unfortunately, these guys are just clearly really good TV.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's why then.
we're going to accuse you of something you haven't done.
You're going to storm out.
Goodbye.
I don't know what it is about Mike Perot's point. It just, again, they do a close up on him pointing. We don't see his whole body. It's just the arm. And it feels, it's actually really fucking hard to do a good, decisive.
While you say you're fired.
Yeah, while you're saying you're fired. Like Alex Casey,
You're
fired.
I think I did a great one just then.
fired.
this
You got to
again,
use your whole body.
It's good
You're fired.
podcasting.
Well, yeah,
Just-
so I think he botched it, right? And he had to do it.
You think he had to do
I think
that-
he had to-
that-
I
That
think
might
he
not
had to
even be
recap.
his arm.
True, plastic arm.
Stunt arm. That might be why it looked a little
That's
weird.
the only other arm in the world. Mike Perry's arm and plastic arm.
You know those ones that you can buy that you hang out?
But I think someone else might have an arm. Look, if we ask around, Real Pod listeners, if you have an arm,
Podcast at
please get in touch.
thespinoff.co.nz. Also, Real Pod listeners, I beg of you, this is me doing my sell to the room. Please subscribe to our lovely podcast if you haven't already. Please rate it, review it, share it. I know this is genuine. I know this
Fuck
is stuff.
yeah.
This is what people say on podcasts. Max Key says like and subscribe, but we are begging you, please buy our popcorn. This is us.
Shake it, pop it, send it, hi. That was
Subscribe
it.
now.
Still remember it. It's a good tagline.
It's great.
Can't think of anything that rhymes with hi, which is terrible. So many words rhyme with hi. Anyway, please do that. If you would like to engage in conversation about literally anything, join our group on the Real Pod Corner on Facebook, facebook.com/groups/Real Pod Corner. Did you hear that? Sorry, that's my creaky chair.
Can I ask you a question?
We need you to subscribe so we can buy new chairs.
Yeah, we do actually. It's quite bad, the chair situation. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What makes it premium? Is it because it has a premiumness about it? That was such a good answer. So many lines out the ass on the show.
That's the guy also who looks exactly like Trevor. Simone's Trevor.
Yes.
As I live and breathe.
Is
so
it?
many
Are we sure it's
lookalikes.
not? Did he have
Could
socks
be.
on?
I didn't see
Or
the
sockets?
socks. We need to do the mask soccer again.
Soccer, honestly. Who knew? Once again.
That idea is copyright Real Pod, because that could happen.
Alex Casey spots a gap in the market once again, like buttered popcorn. The mouth socket.
I'm sweating. I loved Cassie Roma yelling at Michael in the boardroom about the way that he was conducting himself, and then he interrupted her.
Oh!
And she was just like, you would be out on your ass if you did that to me, in that room.
She had a go at him for interrupting people, and then he interrupted her while she was having a go at him. It was interruption inception.
It was
And
a meta point.
Okay.
There was one more moment where he said something about who he was deciding to bring in. He said, at the end of the day, it was a toss of a coin. And she was like, is that how you do business normally? And he was like, absolutely not. However, it was this time. He can't tell
He can't
why.
be sent home. He must become the apprentice. I don't want to live in a world where he's not on TV for the maximum possible time.
Does the winner become an apprentice to Mike Pero?
Yeah.
Do they go and work for Mike Pero? Oh,
Well,
sorry,
he
that's
is
funny if I sing that.
an auctioneer, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's perfect.
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 It's rigged, and I'm happy.
Well, because Mike Pitt does mortgages.
And real estate.
It's a related industry. Does he do real estate?
Yeah.
Like the house selling?
Yes, that's why in the video he goes down in the motorbike to a house in the deep south and gives them a bottle of wine to say congratulations on your house purchase through Mike Pero Real Estate.
Real
And
estate.
The same song. Mike Pero Real Estate.
Wow, he must be really good at business.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to have a little stretch. Recommend you do the same, but listen to this while you do so.
Hey there, it's local comedians Chris Parker
and Eli Matthewson.
and we're hosting a new podcast called Drag Race Down Under the Covers.
It's about cars. Just kidding.
Just
It's about
kidding.
drag queens and the new drag show hitting TVNZ on demand.
We're going to be getting into all the gossip, recapping the episode, and talking to local drag artists around New Zealand. So
subscribe to The Real Pod if you haven't already, and we'll be in there with a grin.
Welcome back. Oh my God.
Okay.
We have to do a really tight job of making sure this doesn't get completely derailed and become a 4-hour podcast, because The Masked Singer, 2 eps of nothing but brilliance. This screens on Sunday and Monday nights on TV3. Hosted by Clinton
I like the way your
Randall.
intonation just goes up at the end of every
Yeah,
sentence.
that was me asking a question, basically. Now look at Alex, who confirms. Hosted by Clinton Randall. You've got your judges Sharon Casey, Reese Darby, Lady Six, and James Rackay. And what a great show. What a great show.
Who is it? Who is it? Who is it behind the mask?
I don't think that's it. But it is a tune.
Is it not? How does it go?
I think it's Who's Behind the Mask, not Who Is It Behind the Mask.
Who's
No,
behind the
I think
mask?
you're right. I think Alex is right.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
If I'm wrong, can we edit this out? Or just edit in me
not.
saying, jolly good show.
The funniest thing, so you know how it's sponsored by Sultana brand, inherently very funny.
That is so funny. I don't think they've ever spent $1 on marketing anywhere because they haven't needed to, because it's fucking Sultana brand. And this is how they break that.
It's amazing, but it opens with, like a little digital Sultana brand dancing with a mask on. I was watching it with my mum. My mum was like, who is that? Immediately thought the Sultana brand was one of the celebrities.
Wouldn't that have been amazing, though?
Incredible.
Like in the lineup
That's-
of all the lovely costumes, just a Sultana to keep the client happy.
It's a huge
Missed
missed
a real
integration opportunity.
Exactly, like the coffins.
Okay. Oh my God, do you think the coffin makers made these outfits? I mean, could be.
Maybe.
Jack of
'cause
all
I want to be
trades.
buried in that jellyfish.
Okay, let's get into it. Episode 1. The whole time I'm just figuring out, I feel like I've never seen a whole episode of The Masked Singer, like the US version. Version?
Jane.
I've never seen a US version. I haven't seen it all the way through, so I don't really understand how it worked. I just knew that there were like celebrities singing and masks or costumes.
You've watched it.
I have watched a couple of episodes, yes.
What is this normal? Because this seems like an incredibly weird show to me.
No, it is supposed to be
It's
weird.
pure true to format.
I believe so. I'm not sure the American one has audience members like hastily rifling through laminated QR codes and then opening what is clearly like a Google spreadsheet like voting system. But yeah, this is the show.
What about the singing?
I think do they sing in the States, or do they at least
I think
record it as if it could possibly sound like it might be live, and
Yeah.
they get the stars to actually hold the microphone somewhere near where their mouth,
where their mouth
might
would be. And not like the poor Pav. The poor Pav's hands all the way out here just holding the mic by, God knows where really on the human body.
I do
Sounds
feel
like you
very
do know
sorry.
it.
I do feel very sorry for the Pav, who I'm convinced I know who is.
Okay.
Let's get into it. So we start off, so they go 2 by 2 against each other, and first up's the Tuatara and the Tui, both vying it out. So Tuatara sang Cosmic Girl. Do we need to run through the clues?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you mean?
One of the oldest reptiles in the world and found only in
See,
Aotearoa.
this is bad.
Okay. Well, should we just say who we think it is and why based on the clues in the
Yes.
thing?
Do we want to
Okay.
talk about who the judges thought they were?
We should have really talked about
Oh, we
this before we
should have.
started recording.
No, that wouldn't be. That's not our way.
Sharon thought it was William Wairoa. Reese thought it was Peter Beck from Rocket Lab.
Amazing guess.
I quite like Reese in general. Sort of annoys me on ads and so on, but he's really
He's
funny on
really
this.
needed in this
funny.
one.
Yeah.
Lady Six thought Shelton from Blind Spot, which I thought was quite a good shout.
I love that all her guesses are real deep cut musicians, mainly from the 2000s.
And James thought Ben Lummis. I was like, Dave Dobbin, John Toogood.
I thought Peter Illich,
Wow.
See,
who was later guest.
my big pull is I think it's Dane Rumble.
Oh, good call. Right
I
there
think
down.
it's Dane Rumble because used to be part of a band, now solo.
solo.
There was a shot of the Tuatara putting on gold chains
Ah.
and saying that something had changed. He now, as we know, designs jewellery, famously Zach Franich and Aaron Simpson's wedding rings.
Yes.
That's my big guess. I also just think
I think you might have-
Tuatara is kind of sexy. I'm just going to say it.
So what you're saying is you think Dane Rumble's sexy? Yeah. Okay. Well, it changed his appearance over time? Has he done that?
Yeah, I reckon, because when he
Okay.
was in the Fast Crew, he
Sunglasses.
might have had slightly longer hair.
You know, had sunglasses. The person who wore sunglasses and then didn't. Good clue.
That is,
And he can move. He seems like a performer.
Yeah, okay,
True.
that's really good. That's much better than Did you have any guesses?
I told you.
Who was it?
Peter Illich.
Peter Illich, that's right.
Because they might have got him in a twofer with a completely other channel and different production company show. Or was it a different production company? Who knows?
Tui, who we know who it is now, so we won't bother going through the clues. But the judges or the guessing panel's guesses were Sharon thought Cal Wilson, Reese thought Judith Collins, Lady thought Pippa Wetzel, and James thought Kylie Minogue. I was like, Lieutenant, which is a real reach, but the
Wow.
voice sounded like Liv's.
Yes.
So Liv is like Tuesday Warner.
Yeah.
Played Tuesday Warner on Shortland Street, lots of parts in various films and things, Lord of the Rings and so on, but definitely not probably high profile enough to be behind the mask. But then again, you just don't know how desperate they got.
Well, I mean, Lady Six is guessing backup singers from LAB.
Then I thought Laura Daniel, but I was busy Googling while I was watching, and she was not born in Australia as far as I can tell. And my
Yeah.
final thought was Keisha Castle Hughes.
Which would have been amazing.
Yeah. None of which were correct.
None of which were correct.
Who did you think?
I thought it was going to be Lisa Chappell from McLeod's Daughters. I got really hung up on the Australia
And
thing.
she's on Shortland Street now, though,
And
so
she's
she
on
wouldn't have been able to
Street.
cross platforms, would she?
True.
Didn't think that through.
Joe, who I was watching it with, thought that it was Fiona McDonald because of the chicken. There were some chicken references, there were some feathers, there were some things like that. But also, I think probably a bit too old. Niche. No, not old. Jonathan!
Save me.
I think we had gone way too niche in our guesses. And of course, it's just someone like Susie Cato.
Susie's saying, well, Nikki got Susie Cato within like half a bar. Like, she didn't even get through the first sentence. It was like, bam. It was crazy to be near.
It was so obvious in retrospect. And with the first line of the clue being, I'm a national treasure, if I'd even just stopped then, I would have guessed Susie Cato. The amount of times we talked about her as a national treasure when we were recapping Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
But some of the clues are actually, they throw you off more than anything.
They do. Very well put together, whoever wrote those clues.
Let's get on to Jellyfish.
Is it you?
No, it wasn't me.
Let's get on to Jellyfish, who sung Sway.
Crushed it. Performance of the night for mine.
I was like, it's Beck Runner.
Better than.
Okay, that's in Duncan's.
I mean, but
humble
like, I
opinion.
know that's kind of rude, but she really just smoked that performance.
It's got to be a singer, right?
My mum
Okay.
was dark on this show up until the Jellyfish. She was like, I can't believe you're making me watch this. This is terrible. This is stupid. And then I thought she was asleep. And then she just went, Susan Devoy. Out of absolutely nowhere.
Now let's see these clues, okay? Follow me as I dive into my little fairy tale. Dive? I didn't even think of the dive. After journeying across the seas, some sort of long-distance sea swimmer, perhaps. I don't know. I was decided to kick out my heels a bit. That maybe Dancing with the Starsy. I'm super competitive. I like to win. I like going to parties and making friends. Being on dry land, scary. Guesses. Sharon guessed Lisa Carrington. Reese guessed Candy Lane. Lady Six
That was such a cool guess, Candy
Awesome.
freaking Lane.
the lady really went off piste here. Gilda Kirkpatrick.
Crazy, Paul.
And James guessed Lucy Lawless. I didn't really have a guess here.
I had the Jellyfish said, hey guys, and it sounded to me a lot like Sean XO, the YouTuber.
Oh.
Which would have been like a crazy get. I don't know if it doesn't really make sense for any other reason apart from the hey guys. But I would love if they got like a big name social media star, for example, to jump in there.
That would be incredible. Can I just say, in terms of not knowing what sport Jess Quinn excels at, it's nothing to do with her ability in the sport and everything to do with my knowledge of sport. Just want to put that out there. That's my disclaimer.
Well, it's just because the main sports you watch are competitive dancing and competitive singing.
I think she runs, actually. So maybe she's not my guess after all. Anyway, who's next?
Possum.
Possum looks like a mouse. I thought Possum was a mouse.
Possum looks like a mouse. I'm also having a personal possum problem at the moment, which I thought was a story. I pitched at the editorial meeting. I've never seen a possum before in my whole life. In the suburbs. I've never seen a possum in Mount
Urban
Albert.
possum.
Ridiculous.
Urban possum.
Another great band name.
Is that weird?
Yeah, I've seen possums.
In
round and about.
Okay.
In trees and so
anyway,
on. Squashed on the side of the
do you
road.
have to get rid of them yourself? You know?
No, just let them eat the trees.
Yeah.
Does Hilary Barry have possum traps or rat traps?
Celebrities love rat traps, right?
Is that?
Jesse Mulligan. and
This
more.
is really niche
I
stuff.
went to her house and I'd had a few beers, so I can't really remember.
That was just an opportunity.
Oh, okay.
Hey, look, I wrote about it on the internet. I'm not shy about it.
Anyway, I think the possum is Kimberly Crossman.
Brooke Fraser.
Ooh, that's a really
The possum
good
can really
guess.
sing. I'm not the only one. Sam Smith. I mean, that's the song. I am the only one. Did you have a guess for Posse?
I didn't, but Nikki also guessed Kim Crossman. I also like that guess.
Is there anything in the clues? I first thrived in Australia. That could be first enjoyed success or was born in.
There was
From
a
a sporty
strange-
family. That's why I thought Brooke Fraser.
That's what Joe guessed as well. There was a weird Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
I'm an Elvis Presley fan from way back or something like that. Very intriguing.
But that could also just be like there might be a
Who
clue
is
in
it?
an Elvis song.
Who is
you know?
it, you know?
I don't know. We don't know who it is. Sharon thought Zoe Bell, Reese thought Sarah Walker, Lady Six thought Anna Coddington, and James thought a Swindell sister, one or t'other.
You can't have two guesses in one.
Well, it happens
and also,
again
it's
later
Eva
on.
Swindell, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, you're
So-
right. Yeah.
You know.
Jellyfish and possum, both very mysterious, I think. The most mysterious pair. Don't you think?
I'm honestly, this show fucks with my head so much. I think I've got it, and then I second guess myself. And I'm even second guessing Medusa, who I was convinced up until we walked into the studio I knew exactly who it was. And now I'm like, I don't know. I can't make all the clues work.
Well, what I don't understand is, so there's 8 performances, is that right?
6 per episode, 12 total.
Okay, I don't understand how time works when each performance is about somewhere between 90 seconds and 2 minutes long. Should do some basic maths. We've got roughly 10 minutes of singing. This is a 60 actual minute, not TV minute long show where almost nothing seems to happen. I don't know how, like, time is a flat circle on The Masked Singer because it's both, like, it just sort of shambles along. It's not like it's all, there's obviously a lot of time spent in a very dark crowd, but I don't understand how it's made up. Like, I don't get it.
I wish it was longer.
On the time thing, I was thinking about how long it must take them to shoot it. That it must take bloody ages. I reckon those guessing panelists are sitting there for a long time. Because I don't know, it just it felt like. Are you in the crypt? Do you know stuff?
Have you? Well,
She's in the crypt. She's put herself in the crypt.
You actually look like one of the masked people right now.
So it's Casey. Take it off. Take it off.
She's already done the
taken
big,
off one shoe.
the mask soccer.
Okay, Alien did Freestyler. Tune, can I just say, forgot how big of a tune this was.
Great
Such
to hear
a
it
great
again.
tune.
Yeah.
And crushed it.
Absolutely crushed it. Okay, watch this space. It's me, Alien. I've recently been fielding many questions about my identity, but you'll know I'm used to wearing a disguise, so someone who dresses up. As for my singing, I'm going to win this competition. Jupiter, believe it. I feel like that's just a pun. I don't think they're from Jupiter. The panel needs to calm down and beehive. Your clue's in the beehive, right? Politician? To all my competitors, comet me, bro. Again, not a comet.
Not an actual comet.
I'm ultra competitive and always want to beat the opposition. Another politics reference. Don't make any snap decisions. Another politics reference. So it's got to be politician. Surely.
My mum was doubling down on John Tamahere.
Oh, wow. Okay. What about you, Duncan?
I initially thought Seymour, because there was just something about the way the alien moved. But obviously the identity, I don't really think works. I don't know, man. I've also heard like an Ashley Bloomfield, but I don't think...
that was Reese's guess. I don't think it feels like Ashley would do this show.
Is Bridges a crazy shout?
Oh my god!
Because
I feel like Bridges is a good singer.
yeah,
Oh my god!
for sure, a good
But
singer.
you wouldn't be
Well,
doing
he's a
Bob
good
Funky
musician.
Shave.
We've seen him play drums.
Right.
Goes hard, and identity, like being
True.
leader,
Yeah.
then being not leader.
Baby Yak.
It,
Baby
guy.
Yak, you know.
Yeah.
the other guesses were Ashley Bloomfield, Reese guessed Paddy Gower, which I thought was interesting, sort of like politics adjacent. James guessed my guess, which was Tamati Coffee, and Sharon guessed David Seymour. So we'll just have to wait and see, I guess, won't we? No clue. Okay, Medusa. Let's get into Medusa. Medusa sang 24K Magic. The clues were in Greek mythology, a woman with snakes instead of hair. That's just fact. There's a clue in my name. If you work it out, you'll be close. I love the way my dress feels. With snakes for hair, I'm floating on air. Capital O, capital A, by the way. So do with that what you will. Tonight will be one of my greatest performances. It's not my first rodeo. Just watch how far I go. I'm used to shooting for the stars. So Sharon's guess, Rosita Vi. Reese's guess was Trillies Cooper. Lady's guess was a backup singer from LAB.
Just
Incredible.
amazing guesswork.
And James guessed Kelly Clarkson. What are your guesses?
So my first thought was Joe Cotton because of the way my dress feels, not my first rodeo, cotton dress. That's what I was thinking. That's
oh my
what
God,
I was thinking.
that's genius.
That's what I was thinking. But then I got really hung up on the USA thing. And it was like clue in the name, Medusa, USA. She was holding an American flag. And then I thought, I think it's Anika Moore because she was like
She will
Big.
freaking
Her
leave.
song is on
Yeah.
America's Sweethearts.
Oh my God.
She recorded her last album in America. She's on the radio, on air.
Oh my God!
And I thought it kind of sounded like her.
You've cracked it.
Oh, yeah,
I
it
don't
is.
know.
It is.
It is.
Okay, it's
The
not
only
what I
thing
thought-
is,
it's not what I thought it was.
the only thing is, like, it's a TVNZ jump.
Yes.
Okay, do you want to hear my guesses?
Yes.
Okay, this wasn't strictly my guess, but I do support it. Megan Anea, who's on the radio. Don't know how she works in with any of the other clues, but she's on the radio. And her name, her like Instagram handle is Megan On Air.
Great. And M.E.
Yeah,
Medusa,
M.E., Medusa.
Megan.
But going down the USA theme as well, Tammy Nielsen, country singer, has been on a singing competition show before. She was on Stars in Their Eyes. And so she said, I'm used to shooting for the stars.
Ooh.
It's not my first rodeo.
Which is country.
Country.
Oh, these are both great
Wow,
guesses.
I got, because I was like, Canadian, it won't be her. But
but country music in the USA. Cause, yeah. So you thought about her as well.
I did think about her early on.
Anyway, so
This show is so good. It's
we
the
haven't
last
been
mystery.
this captivated as
It's
a
the last
three-piece
mystery
for some
left
time.
on Earth, if you really think about it. We have nothing else. It's unboxing for adults.
We have to move on.
Is it for adults though?
Okay, the bottom three were Tui, Alien and Jellyfish. Tui lost. Final guesses were Susie Cato from Sharon, Judith Collins from Reese, Susie Cato from Lady, she pivoted, and James stuck with his guess of Kylie Minogue. Take it off. Who's the Tui? It's Susie Cato.
Amazing.
And I love when they pull off their mask. Well, the one person I've seen do it, two people now, and the hair's all messy.
Yeah.
It's like,
Nothing you can do about that.
yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
It's so disheveled. I feel like in the American one, they take it off and
They're
you're just like,
dripping with sweat.
Yeah, because they've actually done some singing, maybe.
Okay, episode 2. We meet Sheep, who sings Rolling in the Deep.
bad boy. The bad boy of the competition.
The bad boy of the competition. I'm no wolf in sheep's clothing. I'm the real deal. I've been known to keep calm at times. I expect to sail away with this competition. You'll spot my fleece around the acres or roaming in the backyard of my uncle's batch.
Very strange.
Capital B on batch, by the way. With
That
two
could
shakes,
just be bad selling.
with 2 shakes of this on the spin-off. That's where I got it from.
Oh, no.
With 2 shakes of this lamb's tail, I'll shepherd out the competition. Takes courage to perform behind the mask, but my conscience is clear. Sounds like the guy from The Apprentice. So we had Sharon guessing Sam Kane. Never heard of that person. Is there some sort of
He
sports
was like the All Black
Don't
captain.
I don't.
Kane.
I'm talking about. I told you I don't know about sports.
Yeah, but the captain of the bloody ABs.
This is definitely a singer, is it not?
Yes, it was really good.
It was
singing.
really good singing.
I was like, because they saw the Batch thing, they were like, "Some Bachelor." Someone I was like, "I don't think it's a Bachelor, but maybe it's Mike Puru." For no other reason than
My conscience is clear.
it's clear.
He's the only innocent man in show business, I reckon.
Reese guessed Mary Lambie, Lady guessed Scribe, and James guessed Grant Dalton. I have no clue, truly. What have you got, Alex?
I got hung up on the keeping calm thing, and I thought it was Piri Weepu.
Ooh.
That's good.
Who's he? No, joking.
But then almost nothing else makes sense.
The
I don't
uncle's
know.
Batch.
The uncle's
Has he got a
Batch
famous
is
uncle?
really
Is there a
weird.
famous uncle? Someone got a famous uncle? Surely there's an All Black.
Billy
famous-
Weepu, but that's his brother. Is that correct? He did the amazing camera work on Tova O'Brien's iconic National Party in the Corridor Meltdown.
That's interesting.
Great. Good little nugget.
I have no idea.
You? Oh, you didn't watch this one, did you? Okay. That's all right. We'll move on to the Monarch, who sang Whitney Houston.
Beautifully.
I Have Nothing. Sharon guessed Jenny Skolander from Devil Skin. Skolander?
I enjoy hearing you.
Thank you. That's how she said it, I think. Skolander. Whatever. Skolander. Reese guessed a top twin. Lady Six guessed Lady Hawk. And James also guessed Lady Hawk because there's Ladybug in the clue or something.
Can we talk about the monarch's lips for a moment?
Sure.
Just human lips on a butterfly. Very strange.
Have you seen the butterfly close up, though? I think you'd be surprised.
I've actually been closely monitoring a monarch outside.
Have you got one? Watch out for possums.
We've got some swan plants, yeah. I have another huge guess for this, which I'm really confident about.
Okay.
Almost to the point where I'm like, I don't want to ruin it for everybody. I think that this is Madeline Sami.
What?
She can sing.
Yeah, she can sing.
It said, I'm mad about the competition. Madeline. Lady Bird, Lady Hawk, as we know, is her wife. Something about a metropolis, and I was thinking super city.
Oh, wow. That's good.
It also sounds a lot like her.
I've got Yulia.
Wow.
Just because I want it to be.
That would be a great return to the stage
so
for her.
Good. Anyway, okay, don't worry because I know who the pair is. Okay, Monster sang Blinding Lights. What? Pretty scary. I'm used to taking down all my competitors. Since I was a young child, I've always run to the beat of my own drum. Sharpen my claws and I'm going to claw my way to the top. I want to be strong and powerful just like my ancestors were. Now, this is where we got into some really definitely not a singer singing, right?
I thought the monster was
Monster was fine. No, it was the mower that was terrible, wasn't it?
The
mower
thing,
and the orange raffy were not the best.
The monster's eye fogging up the whole time.
I didn't even notice.
Was so funny.
Do you know, I had to rush watch this one and I had to fast forward through half the performances.
Okay.
Anyway, Sharon guessed Wendell Saylor. Reese guessed Matthew Ridge.
That's a wild guess.
Yeah. Lady guessed Joseph Parker and James guessed Josh685, the TikTok star.
Yeah.
I guessed Savage.
Okay.
What's your guess?
I think this is William Wairoa.
Ah.
I think he had fancy feet. He was moving his feet a lot. Washed up on the shore, notoriously a shore boy, I think.
Right, is he? Okay.
I think.
Yeah, I was definitely going North Shore.
I feel like on his Instagram he was always sort of around Browns Bay. Yeah, I don't know. I just have a feeling, and I feel like because it was seeded as a clue for somebody else, that he's around.
Yeah, right. Do they do that in the US show?
He can sing. I feel like I've heard him sing before on his Instagram.
Okay. Does he drum? But he definitely is a unique character.
He's definitely a unique character. And he wears those single eye glasses as well, and his monster is a cyclops.
Right.
You know?
Do you think that they've been that clever about the costumes or just grabbed what they could find at first scene?
No, the costumes are wonderful.
The costumes are wonderful. I love how they just wear normal shoes. Many of them just like sneakers.
I know, and that's why I was looking for clues with Savage because I know that for a long time the Decepticons were sponsored by Converse. Like they were getting a new pair every week.
Ooh.
And I was like, if he's wearing Converse, that's a dead giveaway. But I don't know if the sponsorship arrangement's still going.
My only other guess was Shane Cameron for the monster, but I don't know if he can sing that well.
Well, he comes up next as a guest for the Moth, who sang "Why Does Love Do This to Me?" Okay, this was definitely not well sung.
Classic rugby player.
And bird's the word. It's me, Mo. I might be extinct, but I'm no dinosaur. Stuff a legend. That I'm a bird is a dead giveaway. Blah, 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 blah. When it's time for the big game, my aim is true. A few really strong clues in there. Sharon thought Israel Dagg. Reese thought Jim Hickey. Lady thought Shane Cameron. And James thought Richie McCaw. And I was going with Richie McCaw also.
I actually knew this one already because I saw it in the back end of the spin-off, so I didn't guess.
Oh.
Yeah. It was really sad because I thought it was an awesome reveal.
Oh, does the back end of the spin-off know? It's got the screeners and things. Bloody hell.
But it was Stephen Donald.
Stephen Donald Duck. Bird. My aim, when it's time for the big game, my aim is true.
Well, yeah, and then also, like, famously came in and won the 2011 World Cup final.
His aim is true.
His aim is true. Even I know that about the sport and that person. So yeah, obviously Mo ended up bottom 3 and actually was told to take it off. Orange Ruffy sang Footloose. Oh, my God.
Not a singer this one.
I'm not afraid to stand up for what I think is right. Yes, I have to look out for the ocean's predators like any fish does, but I'll dig in my tail if I need to. Swimming these seas all my life, I've come across a fair few scuffles, travelling from sea to ocean. My journey has been rocky. Luckily, I'm a streamlined fish, blah, 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 blah. Fish stuff, shot for the stars, yada, yada, yada. the next clue might throw you off course. So Sharon guessed Daniel Loader, Reese guessed Russell Coates, Lady guessed David Tua, and James guessed Jeremy Corbett. I'm just thinking of the off course thing now. I'm thinking is it some sort of golfer?
Don't they sound like, again, to be clear, I did not watch this episode, but it feels like they're describing some sort of environmental activist in the opening bits.
That's what I thought. I thought I was like, this is going to be like Lucy Lawless or somebody, but then started singing
It's a
male. I want to spend some time talking about the orange ruffy's skirt and the rubbish that is stuck on the bottom of the skirt.
Actual like part of the costume, or just picked up what was laid down in the corridor backstage?
It was a whole world wearable arts journey. Like it wasn't just the fish, it was more. It was much more. Barnacles, little plastic submarines. I loved it.
I really want one of these costumes for the Real Pod Corner Museum.
Which one?
Jeez,
I don't take any, and honestly, I think whatever. Let's find out who's been in them first, and then we'll decide which one we want. Because that could make a difference.
True.
But also, what I want to do is put this to good use at the Corny Christmas party this year.
And you wear it?
No, you can't give it away.
No, you wear it.
No, someone we can do our own masked singer, and the Cornies have to guess who it is.
No.
Yes.
I'm a different height.
Not you, not out of us three.
Oh.
I mean, an actual celebrity.
Wait, I was thinking of us three.
I don't think it's the height thing as well. Like people, when you sing, you've got a very distinctive singing voice.
I
Duncan.
don't sing, so how would you know?
Okay, anyway, my guess for Orange Ruffy, Mike McRoberts.
Me too!
Whoa! Amazing. Okay. I also put Clark Gayford in just for all the sea stuff, but Mike McRoberts is a swimmer.
He's a swimmer. That's what
bloody swims.
I couldn't figure it out. I was like, I think it sounds like him, but I couldn't figure out the rest of the clues. But then remember, famously, the shirtless pic, the wetsuit pic,
the wetsuit pic, which is less about the wetsuit and more about the bare chest. So
and just all of the
things.
Hey, Clark Gayford's quite an environmentalist of the sea, isn't he?
He is. Yeah, he really is.
I would love that.
But
as well.
I also feel like is he allowed to do things?
Oh man, he seems to do all kinds of
He does,
things.
and he did
He came up here and skinned a
sponsored
fish, I think,
Okay.
I was there. It was very
Pavlova?
with his teeth.
Pavlova?
Yeah.
Pavlova. I'm as sweet as pie, it's me, Pavlova. Australia might claim me as their own, but this Pavlova is all Kiwi. Representing Pavlova is right at my alley. It's a sweet and exotic trip, one I'm looking forward to taking. I'm known for being airy. Tonight I'm going to focus on my dance moves, one of my greatest assets. I might not be a dancing queen, I'm no stranger to the screen. Okay. Sharon guessed Siobhan Marshall, who's an actress, was in...
DWTS.
She was in DWTS, yes, and also
Short and
Outrageous
Straight.
Fortune and so on. Reese guessed Keisha Castle Hughes. Lady guessed Rachel House. James guessed Madeline Sami. Alex Casey guesses...
I thought it was Laura Daniel making herself sing a bit worse, because I know that she can really sing, and Pav can kind of sing, but not amazing. So that was my guess. There was a Laura Daniel husk, but the network thing doesn't make sense.
You don't have a guess because you didn't watch it. Are you ready for my guess?
Tell me.
Esther.
Wow.
Esther.
What the
dance moves?
Yes.
We know she loves to dance. The Dying Swan. It's one of her. She believes it to be one of her greatest assets, but she's not a dancing queen. But she's also no stranger to the screen.
Holy shit!
I just don't understand what the next time listen more closely and I might come to your rescue thing is, unless she somehow is like a qualified surf lifesaver, or maybe she's going to come at you with a bloody hot glue gun and fix you up.
Your stuff. It definitely the Pav sounded like they had a slight Englishy, like an older woman,
husky
refined
voice.
But broadcaster of some kind. I did think Kim Hill for a second. I did think Kim Hill for a second, and then I was like, that would just be too much. People would die if she took it off and it was Kim Hill. It's not safe. It's too much.
I'm sticking with Esther. Do you like it?
Follow-up guess.
Could Esther have made the costumes?
Yes. Yes.
Louise Wallace.
Ooh. Good cook.
But the Australia thing always throws me.
I don't think that this person's saying they're from Australia.
Are they just talking about the Pav?
Because they said Australia might claim as their own, but this Pavlova is all Kiwi. And I'm kind of like, maybe they're making a point that they're not. I don't know. There's so much Australia talk.
Anyone can say. Yeah.
That's it.
But it all predates the bubble, right? Like they have to be here.
Yes.
I think so.
Hey, that's it. Steve Donald was the, what was he? It was the
Moor.
The Moor. No
And-
more for us. And now we go to some weird format where like 5 compete across 2 different 5
I don't
each
really
night
know.
or something. 'Cause the numbers are all off now.
Let it happen.
Let
to
it
you,
happen.
you
I
know?
love it.
Don't get bogged down
I
in the
love
details.
it so much. And I've got a couple of people in my ear going, it's a shit show. And I'm like, you're a shit show.
Yeah,
Get out.
you're a shit show. We haven't even talked about the dancers.
Oh,
and
the
the gorgeous.
I mean, I'm sure they're good dancers.
When they come out at the start with the blazers that say who on them with the masks, and then one of them's always Clinton Randall. I love that.
A surprise every time.
It's a surprise every
and also
time.
Clinton Randall thrown to the break every time.
Every time.
And the hosts...
Falling for it every time.
yeah.
God, what a bunch of bloody idiots. I love it. We're so bad at making reality TV that it's good.
Yeah.
The Masked Singer is the real pod to me. It's just spiritually.
Have you figured out which one I am yet?
Tune in next week.
Thanks for listening to our silly podcast. Thank you very much to Jonathan for recording. Thank you to the people who make New Zealand reality television. We couldn't do this without you. And thanks to Spin-Off members and everyone else. Thanks to all the people. Goodbye.
Bye.
Right.
Kia ora, this is Toby Manhire, here to urge you to tune in to Gone by Lunchtime, a podcast with me, Annabelle Lee Mather and Ben Thomas, tackling the world of New Zealand politics, from policy to polling, from scandal to psychodrama. Listen to Gone by Lunchtime, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network, wherever good pods are sold.
Kia ora e te iwi, Te Aihe Butler here, podcast manager at The Spin-Off. If you enjoy listening to our podcasts, consider supporting our mahi by signing up to become a Spin-Off member at thespinoff.co.nz/donate.
The Spin-Off Podcast Network.